I'm John Philwalk, and I've been doing video as an art form, trying to find different things to do with it since '86. I teach at Ball State University in electronic art. Our university got these HD cam cameras Sony makes, and I was part of this initiative, that sort of brought the money in. So I finagled my way to get access to these cameras for a while. You have access to a camera like that and you just start to think big, and cinematic. As a video person, your world's a little smaller, I think, in a way. The subject matter was influenced by the camera itself. So really wanted to push, the photography end of it. I had been working with some landscape ideas of where I was at. Wanted to come out to the Southwest, and so researched, some sites in Arizona and Utah. When I first started with video, I was in painting and doing some sculpture. One of the pieces I had done was based on a Japanese tea ceremony, so it was this floor sculpture that I wanted people to walk on. And I had left a space for the hearth, which the Japanese call ro. And then I later did a vertical piece based on that. And in thinking about translating that to a vertical idea, I was left with that charcoal hearth area. And I was doing some single channel video pieces, but hadn't found a way to actually work video into my other work. But then I had the idea to put the two together. That piece then became my first video installation, where I put a monitor inside of a sculptural form. And then it, of course, introduced the elements of time and motion and sound. As a kid, I was the kid that always made the, Get Well Bobby card. So I was like the class artist. I was in pre-medicine. I had a biology class with 800 people in it, and it was just awful. It was just a huge flunk out program, and they didn't care about you and all that kind of stuff. So, I've always liked art, and went to a different school and sort of reinvented myself and said, hey, I want to do something I really want to do. I like to play a lot in different media. I always want to play with the new stuff. And when webcams came out, for instance, I was like, I have to make a webcam piece. And all of a sudden when you could, do painting on a computer, it's like, I got to paint on a computer. I don't know if it's kid in the candy store kind of thing, but that's where I want to be. I'm more interested in art that is really kind of a threshold between us and sort of a different experience. It has a spiritual, metaphysical kind of connotation. I'm very interested in conversions between Western science and Eastern philosophies. You wouldn't necessarily pull that out of my work when you look at it. And that's what I want. I want it to be more of an undercurrent to it. I like to create work that people can spend time with, that's more contemplative, and possibly there's some kind of transformation that takes place. I tend to make slowly changing, time-based pieces that people could be surrounded in. The last several years I've been doing single-channel pieces because it's less cumbersome. You don't have to have all the commitments for exhibition. And so I can create a piece, send it out to multiple festivals or galleries and things like that. Working with video installation for a while, it's a very problematic way to work, because sort of like trying to put on a theater production by yourself. You're a sculptor, you're a carpenter, you're the video guy, you're the this, that. And then you have to get a gallery that is committed to showing it for a month with all this technology, and people have to turn it on every day and run the tape. I have times where I'm just insane in terms of producing. and then I'll just back away from it for a while, and then maybe go into, cutting something. And then a lot of times, since now everything's digital, I can sort of finish it, look at it, maybe even get into a show or two. But then I go back to it and I was like, well, I don't really like that part anymore. So I'll go in and I'll tweak it and play with it. If you sort of have this perfectionist kind of tendencies, you just want to get it right. But you're always a different person, and so you make a piece, you walk away from it for a while, you grow, you change, you're different, you look at it with different eyes. But I think ultimately you can only do that so many times, and then you have to leave it. You have to move on. You have to find a way to make a living and be able to do your work. I think that's the big struggle, because you have to support yourself. You don't get into art to make a lot of money or anything. You do it because you enjoy it, and so it's been a blast. It's a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun.